Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope y'all having a good Sunday. Had a really good Sunday so far. Enjoying my Sunday. But listen, I decided to come do a quick live. We're going to see how this goes. Okay, we're trying to do an express train tonight, y'all. But I'm glad you're here. And if you're in the building, do me a favor, hit the like button. I just came in really quickly to talk about three topics. Well, we always have three topics, but I'm thinking in my mind it's going to be three short topics, but we shall see. And it's titled This is Messy. This is messy. All right, so hit that like button. This is messy. Now, I heard about this yesterday, and then I was like, is this true? Is this fake? What is going on? And let me tell you this. I do believe that there's some. Well, let me back up. I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire, but I also believe that this particular email is not true because it has so many misspelled words in it. I'm just like, okay, who did this foolery right here? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about there's allegedly an email that was happening in the Sally's establishment, Sally Beauty Store establishment, where they claim an email was sent to employees saying that they're no longer going to carry Kenya Moore hair care products as a result of what happened on Roa. And I was sitting there looking at it. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What happened to spell check? What corporation sends this? This is the foolery that goes on. This is the nonsense that happens in these reality shows, right? Some people just take it 22 steps too far. They really do. It's what happened, may rest her soul, with Kiki Jabbar from Love and Marriage Huntsville. People can't leave it at the table. The girl was suspended, then she was fired, and now y'all want to send out and make up rumors about her products being discontinued from a store. Now, like I said, do I know this? One thing I do know is if a corporation sent this email, then they need to fire some more people. Because it's called spell check. That thing was riddled with misspellings. And it just didn't make sense to me. Now there are people that said they called Sally's and people are saying that's not true, that's not so. Listen, do I believe that it's a possibility that they was probably planning to no longer carry the line? Because all of these stores, first of all, as a Black creator, you get difficulty getting shelf space in any of these stores. You heard that Snoop Dogg, because they said Walmart was hiding their stuff, not putting their stuff on the shelves, and that's why nobody was able to find it or purchase it. So to get shelf space in these stores as a new creator is difficult. As a new Black creator is even more difficult. And then when you do get the space, if your products don't sell out or make them any money, they're ready to just move you off the shelves. But we're going to talk about this story and look at the alleged email and dissect it and see what we think is going on. We're going to talk about it. But either way, if somebody just made this up, it's messy. It's messy. She's going through enough. It's messy. So then we got this Texas man. What are these men going to learn? What are they going to learn? So he was already married. He got married to somebody else. The wife found out that he married somebody else on the Facebook. See, nobody can resist the social media. I'm not a big social media poster. I go in and out. I have my times where I post, and then I have my times where I'm just ghost from the posting. You ain't seen me in months or years. Not a poster, but I wasn't born in that time period. My son is an internet baby. He was born into it. I was not. I was born before they had cell phones. So that's why I think I could take it or leave it. But if you're born into this, that's all you know. So it was posted on the Facebook. The wife found out, and now he could face up to 10 years in prison because he messed around and did it in Texas, where Texas is a whole felony. Maybe they need to do that in every state. so that some of these men can stop cheating and stop playing games. If you done with somebody, let them know. Just be done. Tell them. Say it's over. I don't want you anymore. Let's get a divorce. Yeah, Special K, he be trying to show me, and I'm like, it's too much right now. Get out of it. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I can do simple posts, though. I can. But y'all see how some of this posting and stuff is getting the people in trouble. So now he gonna face up to 10 years in jail because he want to just go around marrying people. So he messed around and he found out because he in Texas. Yeah. Messy. That's why it's titled, This is Messy. Then our last story is this nurse. I mean, there has got to be thousands of stories where people have left their kid in a car and either the kid died or something happened. Now, this nurse, she left her kid in the car to go in a casino. She did leave the air conditioner on, but it don't matter. The cops still cleaned her up. She tried to act like she was only going for 20 minutes looking for the kid's father. But the surveillance video, and that's what do people want to understand? There are cameras everywhere. Even if you don't know, just assume there's a camera. Assume there's a camera. You're driving down the road, assume there's a camera. You in somebody's parking lot, assume there's a camera. There's cameras everywhere. And even in neighborhoods, people got their Ring doorbells with your cameras. Come on now, TNT, especially at the casino. There's cameras. And the police told her that the security at this casino, all they do all day long is watch the cameras, and they watch you come in at one time and you was in there for 3 hours and didn't come out until the police was surrounded around your car. She tried to act like she was looking for the baby daddy. She was looking for, she went to the bathroom and she was only going 20 minutes. They said she was going hours. They locked her up, and now her baby is in child protective services. Where's the daddy? You claim you went to the casino to look for the dad and your cell phone was there. She had all kind of... I don't know if she went in there to gamble. I don't know if the dad was in there because the story didn't have much information, but it's crazy. Yeah, that's your job, to watch every detail in the casino. I don't know what she did, but was it worth it? Because she could lose her license, go to jail, and now her baby is in child protective services. I mean, she has got to be dumb, stupid, or both. Every now and then I like to get tips. They just diva tips. I mean, you know, take it or leave it, throw it in the trash. It don't matter. But if I could give a tip to the ladies out there, don't chase after no man. If he don't want you, I don't care if you got one of his kids, 10 of his kids, 20 of his kids, or the kid is still in your belly and you about to give birth. If he don't want you no more, let him go. Release him back to the streets. You going in the casino looking for this man who didn't want to be found. You're going 3 hours and your baby is in the car. Girl, if you're going to go look for somebody, take the baby too. You didn't have nobody that could watch that kid a couple of hours while you went to run after this man. Bond was $10,000. But she jeopardizing her whole career and her motherhood. In her reputation. Because it was on the news. Just stupid. No. Listen, there's always another man out there. Yes, it is. And even to the men. If the girl don't want you no more, release her back to the streets. Release her to the streets, because you know what? You're going to have a lifetime of pain if you don't. Ask J-Lo. Kept chasing and chasing and chasing after Ben Affleck. Now she about 90 pounds soaking wet, heartbroken. One day she wearing her ring, the next day you not. Next day she got a charm on her arm with his initials on it. Let it go. Release him back to the streets. He don't want you, J-Lo. Ain't nothing worse than the pain of somebody that don't want you still chasing after them. It's horrible. What's good, Roberta? It's horrible. And I know it breaks your heart. Listen, I know about heartbreak. Had my heart shattered to pieces. I thought I wasn't going to be able to put it back together again. But you know what? This too shall pass. You're going to be all right. Joy cometh in the morning. Now, that don't mean it's going to be tomorrow morning, but it will come. Let that person go. Now her baby is with strangers. She's facing all kinds of charges because she wants to go in the casino and look for a man. I mean, it just don't, poor Tank. It don't make no sense. But it's Sunday, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and bring the people on in the building so we can have our conversation. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag this is messy. This is messy. We're going to talk about this alleged email from Sally Beauty about Kenya Moore hair care. The man in Texas who likes to get married, even though he's already married. And the nurse who made the biggest mistake probably of her life. Regret it. I know she wish she could do that day over. There's a lot of days I wish I could have pressed the do-over button. Can I do this day over? Because I would do the whole day different. But too bad you can't do that. Now, y'all know what I need in the chat so I could bring these people on in the building. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Sunday night trending topics, and the title is This is Messy. We're doing Kenya Moore hair care versus Sally Beauty Supply Store. We're talking about this man from Texas who just loves to say, I do, and now he's going to get to say I do in jail. And we got this nurse, went to the casino, looking for her man, and instead she got clinked up, handcuffed, behind bars, and now a whole mugshot. And for what? For some no good man. Let me go ahead and bring the people on in the building. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva. Choo choo.
Choo choo. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, Diva. Choo choo.
Choo choo. Hey, Katrina. Hey, E. Hey, Emmanuel. Hey, Wayne.
Hello.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Rise and shine. Give God the glory.
Come on now. Hey, Julius. Hey, Tay. 1 p.m. I've never seen you before. No one can see but me. Before you come up, you have to show me your face before I bring you in the building. Okay, boom. There you go. You can turn your camera off now. Thank you. You can turn your camera off because I'm about to bring you up. Okay, wonderful. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. So, we'll start with the Kenya Moore thing, since it seems that, most people are now saying it's fake. It's not true, right? And I did have my, I was skeptical when I looked at it because I was like, I'm not going for this unless this whole company, everybody in the company is just straight stupid, okay? So Kenya Moore hair care discontinued by Sally Beauty. Email to staff says they don't condone her actions. So Sally Beauty allegedly discontinues Kenya Moore hair care. In an alleged leaked staff email, if your store receives customer concerns about recent publicity surrounding Kenya Moore, and they spelled her name wrong there, right? 2 N's. Then associates should respond with the following statement. Kenya Moore hair care is being discontinued at all Sally locations, in stores and online. This mayor's, I guess they means Kenya Moore products are no longer being restocked. We expect these, and they left off the E on these products, will be unavailable by the end of 2024. This was part of a larger business decision made earlier this year. Now, listen, anytime I type anything in my emails, it'll automatically give you some red squiggly line or something telling you spelled the word wrong, or sometimes it does autocorrect. So who wrote this? Okay. Press the associate can respond, and they spell respond wrong with the following. 1, on Kenya's alleged actions, Sally Beauty does not condone the actions for which Kenya Moore is reportedly accused. 2, on the discontinuation of products due to the allegations, Kenya Moore Hair Care was scheduled to be discontinued in stores online prior to the recent publicity surrounding Kenya Moore. Now, listen, people said I called the store. This isn't so. I have 2 theories about this. It's a possibility that this is true. They were going to discontinue it anyway, as stated. I don't know. It's a whole hot mess. It's messy. It's very messy. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? And yes, I did see, hold on, before I go there, let me go back to this. Let me go back to this here. If we scroll over, that's it in a little bigger print, but I exactly read that. And this is allegedly, a copy of the email that was sent. If pressed is it, so they're saying if you are pressed by the person that is speaking to you, the employee can respond the following. And I told you the one, and then I told you the second response they said that you can give. So I don't know. It's messy. It's messy. But in my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Well, I was one of those people that called, okay, and I did a fact check, and I checked online, and her product's still on there, and the review's still on there. I'm also of a businessman, so if I'm a business person, I'm gonna run my business according to business plans. Now, we all know that Sally's has been around for a very, very, very long time, and when they discontinue stuff, they also put it up in all their windows. They put it up on their website. This product will not be restocked. This will discontinue on this date. Like, they give you advance notice because they actually work with the people in the hair care business. They get a discount there. So, like I said, this ain't my first rodeo with Sally. Sally's been around a long time. This is not how they handle their business. And first of all, you would not get a leak something from Sally's. They've been around long enough to know that if their information get leaked, somebody's losing their job. Third of all, if they was going to type up something, they would fix any incorrections that's in that email. They wouldn't send it out like this. This looks like a child wrote this email, okay? I don't know what Scooby-Doo missionary vision these people is on, but I'm telling y'all play with the wrong people on the internet.
I appreciate you, in my opinion. Savannah, your thoughts?
I too side-eyed this post or notification. When I first heard it, I was hoping that it wasn't true, because I don't like to when people kick someone when they're down.
Right.
And so when I read the post and I seen all those typos, to me it seemed like it's a smear campaign.
Yeah.
And not excusing anything that Kenya did. She was absolutely wrong for violating workplace policy, and just not being her sister's keeper. I just think this is absolutely underhanded and ugly, whoever's doing this to Kenya. So I don't believe that the story is true. I have seen her products recently, but I thought she was also in some pharmacy, if it wasn't CVS or Walgreens or something, as well. And I
She
haven't
is
heard
CVS.
anything official. She's in CVS. Okay, thank you. I haven't heard anything official from any one of these actual vendors stating that they will no longer carry it. So I just think this is something that someone is doing to continue to kick Kenya while she's down.
Yeah, it's nasty. When you're up. Are you there, Wayne? All right, I'm not hearing Wayne. Emmanuel, you're up.
So I had originally heard this story from Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Michelle has pretty much been the one reporting all this stuff with Kenya, and she's been right about everything so far. And when I saw that other picture, the one with the tablet, that
Mm-hmm.
one didn't have the typos. So I'm guessing someone must have rewritten it for the Instagram post, but the official one was the one on the tablet.
Okay.
Um, I think that this was they I think they were just going to discontinue the products anyway, even
Yeah,
before this, because my understanding is if something's not selling, you're not gonna have it on the shelf, right? You're not
that's
gonna
fast.
you're not gonna be taking up space. So um I wish Kenya the best, but if this is true, I mean, I guess she's not as smart as she said she was, because I think she would have had the opportunity to do something so big with her company, kind of like Stormy. I saw that Stormy, I think it was a few days ago. She did a live TikTok sale and she sold $1 million, you guys. You saw that, Diva, and the
I
TikTok people
did.
called her to congratulate her.
Yes, I did.
So Kenya, yeah, I don't think she has executed this brand as well as she could have. And wasn't there a time when Candy had to bail her out? Not bail her out, but like, didn't Candy have to help her one time?
I don't know if I remember all of that, but I'm connecting to what you're saying. I'm
Yeah,
understanding what you're saying. Mm,
right. But I mean, again, I wish that I wish her the best, because this is pretty much the only income she has left, pretty much. So
mhm.
hopefully she can, I don't know, um, do a meeting and rebrand or something. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Julius, your thoughts?
If this is a rumor, then that person who put it out without having the sorry about that. If this is a rumor and that person put it out without having the appropriate say so, why? I mean, it it's like it created a whole frenzy, and it's just ugh at this point.
Thanks, Julius. Katrina, you're up.
I'm with you on that one, Jules. Why would somebody set themselves up to be either possibly sued for damnation or slamming them or something like that? I'm not saying that is that Sally's or that whatever is put out there is correct, but I do know Neighborhood Talk put it out, Michelle put it out, and Reddit. But like I said, I don't know how reliable those channels and things are. But they said that her product was not gonna be put back on the shelves. So the thing about it is, I really feel bad for her on that point because she still got a child that she got to raise and she got a home that she got to protect or whatsoever. So I'm not coming for her downfall. I'm just saying they put this story out and that's what they were saying about her. Hopefully it's not true because she needs the money. So I guess we're doing a couple of days if it's true or not because everything always come to fruition. We're just going by what's put out there, and a lot of blogs and a lot of sites have said the same thing that her stuff has been discontinued. But that's all I got.
Yeah. Thank you, Katrina. I appreciate you. Tay, you're up.
I hope she make the right decision. You know what I mean? Either for her hair care, because everybody gonna put her down. It's just a hot mess right now. Right? Yeah, that's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. You're up.
I am having connectivity issues. It must be Brittany Eady messing with the connection. Diva, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I am of hey everybody. So I am of two minds here. You know, which way do I want to go first? So, Diva, you've shared this before, and you and I are similar in this way. I've worked in retail before, and I've done retail management, and I know you have as well.
Mhm.
Whenever there is a product in store and there is controversy surrounding the product, sometimes they will give employees a script to on how to respond to customers. That
100%.
part is that part is not far-fetched. I think it's plausible. And I do think that, yes, there could be somebody just messy enough to call down to the Sallies and bombard them with these types of issues because the Kenya haters are galore. So that part it could be some truth to it. But where I'm finding difficulty to maintain that logic is if this is a company that is so worried about reputation and image. How did the leak get out? Why was the phone on the desk and it looked like it was taped to it? It said store manager only, but it was around the whole thing. Just it was suspicious. And if the people are of high intellect or at least of a skill set worthy of being a supervisor, then what was this? Um, what was the spelling? What was the email header? The whole thing. Again, I'm 50-50 with it. But in regards to, it's been shared here, there, and everywhere. It's no different than when we come down here on trending topics and do the story, and then we put allegedly in front. Everybody is saying the same story, which originated from the same place.
Right.
And I do believe that, I think this was, in my opinion, who said it, the products are in the store. And according to that email, if it is true, the phasing out of the products, because it's not discontinued, they can't discontinue the product. What they can do is phase it out, and they're just not going to um,
Cat.
renegotiate the contract. Correct.
Mhm.
So if they are attempting to phase out the products, according to that alleged email, that will take place later this year, which could be a blessing in disguise because Kenya doesn't need to be in Sally's. Kenya needs to be in Target or Walmart. And so this was her first go run. She's still in CVS, so I don't think that this is too much to fuss about, but I do think when it rains, it pours. And
Yeah.
right now, people are, they know that Kenya is an easy target, and they know that some people are relishing in her fall. And so we just have to be careful when who was that person? That criminal from the Housewives, Phaedra. When you dig one ditch, you better dig two. Because on the neighborhood talk, Brittany Eady liked the post of Kenya's supposed products being discontinued. And now, if we go down to your insurance place and talk stuff about that, then, her feelings will be hurt. So, anyways, I think that's going to be my time, but I'm a 50-50, but, I know that Kenya will bounce back as the Aquarius queen that she is, and she will land on her feet. Choo choo.
Choo choo. Thank you, E. Wayne, you're up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Had to restart it. My thing is, see when you do dirt come back to you.
Mm.
I mean, when you handle yourself in a way like she did, I'm not saying you got to crucify her, but as a result, things happen. You got your freedom of speech. You felt, and as much as people want to say that, they shouldn't be hard on her, Candy coming to her rescue and stuff like that. But if this story is true about her products and stuff like that, you have to be mindful what you say in the workplace, on social media, okay, reality TV, because it bounces back over to social media. And they're going to rip you apart.
Yeah.
And as a result, if the bottom line is that it's going to cause you financial difficulty and you have a child to raise, you need to think twice before you open your mouth and before you do certain things. When you have something like this in your hands and you have a family, you have to always consider what you say, who you say it around, and what the ramifications are. You ever hear people say, yeah, they ain't tell me nothing. They ain't gonna do this. They're not gonna do that. Mouth almighty, tongue everlasting, and you keep on running your mouth. And this is what happens. It comes back at you. You know, if you that concerned about your bag and your family, you know, and your man or your ex whatever is not paying child support, you need to be very careful about how you walk through these walk through social media, through reality television. You have to be careful because it's coming back to you. And now it's probably not going to be just the, you know, like social media coming after you. Now it comes outside of social media, and now people who back you are having second thoughts. And if that's true, you know, and the word is out like that, she could have hurt her brand a whole lot. See, you didn't just hurt somebody else or thought you was embarrassing somebody else. Well, now it's coming back to you. Well, who looks like the fool? You do. You know, I hope she can bounce back because, you know, I think, you know, there's something there. But this is what happens. And now once she gets over this, maybe she'll learn, maybe something, you know, maybe she can get another job or somebody takes a liking to her. But you ain't just mess yourself up, your child, everything else, your brand. So hopefully she can come back from it.
Yeah, I hope so too. So Callie, here's the thing. I try a lot of stuff. Like you know, I'll try it as long as the price is not like out of control, crazy, right? So I did try Tracy Ellis Ross products because her products are in Target, and I didn't find it no different than any other one. So I don't love it or hate it, but I tried it, right? This is me being very honest, and I'm saying this respectfully. I couldn't find, not in any Jersey one that I went to, I couldn't find in any CVS, I couldn't find Kenya Moore products in any store. Could not find it. And I looked. Now, when she launched, it might be at least 2 years now. At one time in Times Square in New York, on like 34th Street they had a big billboard up. She was out there. She was promoting her product. But I could not find it in the store. And when I went in, I also went in the stores when I was out there, because during the last half of the year, I always go to the talk shows, because that's when the talk shows give out their you know, gives out gifts during the shows, right? So I either go to Sherry Shepherd, Tamron Hall, or whatever one I get a ticket to in New York. I went into CVS's out there. I could not find the product. I couldn't. Now people and people are saying is there. Somebody go to their local CVS and take an actual picture for me of the product in the store and email it to me. But I promise you, in my CVS, I could not find it. I could not find it. I don't know, Increased Matters. What is that? Is that online? Is that a physical store? I couldn't find it. So they said, and here's the thing too. Now with this hair care, everybody's in the business, and I'm not mad at them. Everybody's in the business because, you know, hair care is $1 billion business. It's $1 billion business. So now there's so many people, because they know they're raking in the dough on it. Many are in the business. All of them claim to have a miracle hair growth. You know, I don't know. All right, send me an email, but I have not. No CVS. Yeah, on y'all saying online. I'm talking about in the physical store though. Talk about in the physical store. I have plenty of Sally's, I have CVS's, and I've been to a lot of them. I haven't seen it, right? And I'm not trying to be fresh. I'm just being real. And then when it comes to shampoos and stuff, for me personally, I have to use they're like the name, one of the names is slipping my mind right now, but it's a purple shampoo that I use. It's specific to gray hair, so that your hair is not looking yellow, green, and all kinds of other colors, right? So I only use certain shampoos because of my hair color. But in terms of other products, maybe like the conditioner or the hair oil, I will play around, but I have not physically seen her product in the store. And I also, because I like the support, I bought Canvas Beauty Oil. So I have a lot of different products in my home from a lot of different Black creators. But only reason why I never had Kenya Moore's is because I physically can't find it in the store. And I'm Shimmering Lights. Thank you, Special K. That's the one I use in the purple bottle, Shimmering Lights. And what was I gonna say? And I only order online when I have to, because I cannot stand shipping fees. You know, and no, I have not tried Creed. I have not tried Beyonce stuff.
You're saying Sally's, the closest one to you, Diva, is CVS 211 East Stanford Boulevard, Mount Vernon, New York.
That's New York.
Yeah.
New York is 2 hours.
It ain't in New Jersey.
My family's from Mount Vernon. That's about a 2-hour ride from me.
But it's close to New Jersey.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm trying to tell you? I'm telling you facts. I've looked in the CVS. Listen, I got books back there by these Black people that I ain't read yet. I tell you, I will support. You know, real time, I will support, but I could not find it. But if I find it, I will try it out. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and roll on into the next story. Before I roll into the next story, I wish Kenya well. But, you know, Kenya, like many regular everyday employees, you got to watch what you do. Listen, people, rent is no joke. Even if you just got to feed yourself, it ain't no joke. I went to the grocery. I did some shopping today. I didn't even do all my shopping. Literally, I had one bag and I spent $75. And I was trying to figure out what happened. Who robbed me? What's going on? I was looking at the receipt like, okay, wait a minute. This was $10.99. This was $2, just like that. And I had one bag. Before that money, I would have had a couple bags. I had one bag. It is insane. God bless the people here. So all I'm saying is protect your resources. Protect your resources. So let's go ahead and roll into this other story where this man, you know what? I don't understand people. What is the big deal with telling somebody, you know what? It's over. It's over. I don't want to be with you anymore. It's over. Well, this Texas man, he messed around and he going to find out that you want to play with people's hearts and you're going to end up paying. Let me see. I hope I got this right here. Let me see. Let's go into this story.
Only on 13, a woman tells us she found out through Facebook that her husband was getting remarried. The only problem, he was still married to her. Now, her husband is facing a rare bigamy charge. ABC 13's Jessica Willey is live. Jessica, you heard from the wife. What did she have to say here?
Yeah, according to court records, Marcus Shorten has been married at least 4 times. We found divorce decrees for 2 of those marriages. But right now, Houston police allege that he is married to 2 women. He was charged with bigamy on Monday. Today, he denied being married to anyone.
I feel like I was made a fool of.
For 5 years, this woman who asked that we only use her first name, Tammy, says she was patient.
He says, I didn't want a divorce. I'm getting me some help, Tim. I don't want to get a divorce. I don't want my family to think I'm a failure.
She and Marcus Shorten got married in 2012. She was his 3rd wife, she says. In 2019, they decided to separate and would speak occasionally, sometimes talking about divorce.
One dude, you want to get a divorce? He says, I'll get back with you on that.
Then last December, she was blindsided, she says, by word of a new wedding registry, and she let him know.
I told him, before you let the world know what you're doing, make sure your business is right, correct.
According to the registry, the happy couple got married at the Fifth Ward Church of Christ in January. ABC 13 found that marriage license too.
Were you aware that you were charged with bigamy?
Earlier, our Pooja Lodia spoke with Shorten on the phone, who told her he is not married to anyone. Charging documents say otherwise. Houston police couldn't find a divorce decree from Tammy. Bigamy is a felony.
Because I knew it was wrong. You not only have destroyed my life, but now you have destroyed somebody else's life and all the parties that's involved in it.
And that's why she says she went to police.
You can't go around lying and misleading individuals at your self-satisfaction.
It's a super rare charge, according to lawyers. She feels betrayed and wants him to answer for what she says he's done.
It's not like you don't know what a divorce is because you've been married several times before.
Jessica, as you mentioned, this is not a crime you hear about every day. What is the punishment if he's convicted?
Yeah, it's not a minor crime, Jonathan. In Texas, it's a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison.
Good gosh, 10 years in prison. And she got a little game with her because it was like she didn't want him. But then when he went and got married, she was like, no, you wrong. Double trouble. A Texas husband was charged with bigamy when his third wife discovered he was getting remarried to another woman through a Facebook post as a married couple never divorced. Marcus Shorten, who has already gone through 2 separate divorces in his lifetime, wed a woman named Tammy in 2012, but decided to separate after 7 years together. The couple still talked occasionally, even discussed going through the legal proceedings of divorce. I didn't want a divorce. I'm getting me some help, Tammy. I don't want a divorce. I don't want my family to think of me as a failure, Tammy claimed her 53-year-old husband said. Tammy was shocked to learn last December about a wedding registry for an upcoming union between Shorten and a new woman. The scandalizing discovery forced Tammy to confront her husband over the surprising nuptials. I told him, before you let the whole world know what you're doing, make sure your business is right, Tammy told the outlet. Shorten doesn't appear to have taken Tammy's advice as he's married a new wife on January 27, 2024. At the Fifth Ward Church of Christ, Houston, marriage records viewed by the Post show. The quadruple married man has celebrated the big day in 1991, 2000, 2012, and 2024. The angry wife called the police on her husband, knowing that being married to 2 different women was a crime in the U.S. I knew it was wrong. You not only have destroyed my life, but you have destroyed somebody else's life and all the parties that are involved in it, Tammy explained. You can't go around lying and misleading individuals at your self-satisfaction, she added. Tammy says she feels betrayed and blasted her husband for not knowing what a divorce is, considering he's been married several times before. Shorten has yet to be arrested despite being charged with bigamy. Court records viewed by the Post show. Shorten denied being married to anyone when the news asked him and claimed to be unaware of the rare felony charge. If found guilty, bigamy carries a maximum of 10-year prison sentence. This is messy, okay? Because Tammy playing a little bit of a game too. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Lock them up and throw away the key.
All right, thank you. In my opinion, Savannah, your thoughts?
You know, I recently saw a post or news article about rising cases of STD in the state of Texas, and now I'm understanding why. If this wife or soon-to-be wife or ex-wife, I'm so confused by the story, was able to find his potential new nuptial on Facebook. Were they together and then not? I'm so confused by the story.
They would never divorce. They were separated for 7 years, but they would talk every now and then. And when they would talk, he would tell her, I don't want a divorce. I want us to, work this out or whatever. But my problem with her is you were separated. You didn't want this man. Or when you talked to him, you would have told him, listen, I really want to work this out. So, but I think, in my opinion, she got mad when she saw he moved on and married somebody else. Now, was he wrong for not divorcing her yet first? Of course he was. But she got mad when she saw somebody else wanted him and he got married. And then she wanted to call the cops.
So she's just as messy as he.
That part.
Yeah, because I'm not understanding if they weren't if they were potentially getting a divorce or not living together, why continue with a marriage when both of you are living apart? I'm just confused, Diva. But I see when Eve's E always calls out the 13.2, and it's just a mess. And I'm glad it's not mine.
There you go. Boom. I appreciate you. Tay, you're up.
Told that he didn't look like 53. He looked like 73 when you show that picture, Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you just annoying red flag. And what she did, where she met him, that's a good question too. And you said they've been separated 7 years, right, Diva?
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right. She should know that he said, "I'll call you back later." You know what that means, Diva? I'll call you. I'll call you later. That means he didn't answer the phone after that, and then next thing you knew, she saw him get married.
Come on, Tay Tay.
You know, Diva. If I was her, I would divorce his blood the first time. Not the set. I ain't got all day to divorce him and find out he got married again. Oh no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I will not. I will marry. I will divorce his blood fast and quick. Red flag. That's all, Diva.
Thank you, Julius. You're up.
Every dog has his day. And it's like, who let the dogs out? Oof, 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 oof. Because when you was saying the story,
Mm-hmm.
that's all came to my head. That man is a dog and a part of the 13 point. I'm about to just say it, the 23.2 at this rate.
Emmanuel, you're up.
Dang, he really was playing everyone. But Tammy, I think Tammy's hurt to see him move. That he moved on.
That part.
She is. Tammy ignored a lot of red flags. So I feel bad for her, but not too much. I'm kind of giving her the side eye. I'm glad he was caught, and because we live in the state of Texas, we actually hold people accountable, unlike some other states. So he'll pay for what he did.
I appreciate that. You're up.
Well, I have a few thoughts. And shout out to Savannah for the acknowledgments of the 13.2. What I told y'all last week, stop getting married. It's more of a headache than it's worth. And did you know Texas is the worst state you can meet a man to be with romantically? The absolute, I'm like Trump. It's the worst. Bigly, it's the worst. Texas is you know, just do yourself a favor and get the hell out of Dodge and move around north somewhere. Because according to the Shade Room, Houston is the #1 city for roaches. And so if that's what the state has to offer, just no telling what the men are like. It's also the 23rd state for gonorrhea. And out of all the United States, Texas has the most men on child support who don't pay it. So, ladies, I implore you, do not invite this kind of tragedy between your legs or inside your heart. And do not let it cloud your mind. Now, with this woman, she is all kinds of troublesome. She called the police and then she talked to the intel specialist down at the news station. So how do you get the news people pictures of him, but then tell them blur your face out? Girl, where they do that at? And so then you don't want your identity revealed, but you blasted him on national television and you exposed his Facebook account. She didn't need to be married. I'm convinced she did that just to do it. Like maybe she wanted to check that off before she went to glory, because there's nothing in me that suggests he was going downtown and doing some kisses down low. So listen, when they showed the pictures of him, I'm convinced you don't run through all of these women for no reason. You're looking for something, and what you're looking for is not a woman. And these 4 women just looking at him, how do you, how can I say this? How do you get married to someone, I thought it was illegal. That I don't know. You tell me. Anybody who's been married, I thought you had to go down to the courthouse. No, not the courthouse. You had to get blood work done. And then there was something else that we had to do. I can't remember,
You
but
had
it
to
was
get a marriage certificate, so I don't know how he got that.
yes, but it's something else because I remember when we had to do it, I was like, why do they need this information? And they said it's to make sure. I can't remember right now, but as soon as Wayne goes, I bet you I'll remember. But the bottom line is, uh, you were still friends with him on Facebook, even though y'all weren't really kicking it like that. And so, really, you just did this for attention. And the best way to get over a man is to get under a new one. All you need to do is do like, what's that lady name from the radio station with Steve Harvey, who went through the same thing?
Shirley,
Hit 'em up
Shirley
style,
Strawberry.
boot control
Yes.
style.
Shirley
If you
Strawberry.
correct, this marriage is illegal. All of them should. It can be annulled. I believe that's the right term. And what this lady needs to do, she really needs to sit down somewhere, get the hell off Facebook, and she needs to ask herself, why did she feel the need to be married this late in life, knowing how the men are in Texas and knowing that ain't nothing in these streets good when you living in a state with gonorrhea, roaches, and men who don't pay child support. Choo choo.
Choo choo. Wayne, you're up.
You know, it's obviously he married this woman under false pretense because he was married.
Mhm.
Okay. And you don't really know how the conversation went. He could have been leading her on, baby, I'm going to be here. I got to visit my mother. I got to do this. Why you got to be away for months at a time or whatever, and made her believe and just dragged her along. They're separated, like he said, I'm going to do better, this, that, and the other, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And so maybe she hung in there. They talked and stuff like that. And when she saw that, that was her opportunity. They always say, keep your friends closer and keep your enemies a little closer.
Mhm.
So when he bounced, that was her opportunity for retribution. You don't want me? Guess what? I'm going to make your life miserable. And it sounds like it's happening. If he goes to jail on a felony, it's not her fault. He did wrong. Okay, maybe she made a mistake and she married him. She didn't do her homework or whatever, and maybe she was desperate for a man. But the end result is that you messed over her, and now she messing over you.
Mhm.
That's it.
I appreciate you, Wayne. I would feel a little bit more for her, but they was playing this, not getting divorced game together. They both let time spend. He wasn't, if he was living in the house with her as husband and wife, and then he went and married somebody else, I'd be ready to put the stake to him, like, pin him to the cross. But they wasn't together for all of this time. And then, she said he kept playing with divorce and this and that. Well, you was playing with it too, sweetie. And it's like when she saw he moved on, that's when she got her panties in a bunch. But that's just my opinion. Katrina, you up?
Yes, this man been divorced how many times? And then you married him. And
None.
then the funny thing about it is, you blurring out your face, but you showing his face. Everybody that knows that you're married to him, knowing it's you, so you blurring out your face. That's not stopping nothing. But you showing his face all over the place. And the thing with him is, he should have been a man. He should have just said, "Well, look, I moved on. We need to go and get the divorce on out the way, or do what we're gonna do. We separated already anyway, so we might as well just go ahead and get this contract towed up, because that's what it is, a contract. We need to get it towed up. We need to get it separated from each other, and then he should have went marry somebody. He made a mistake, knowing what he was doing was totally wrong. When you're going to divorce, when you're going to marry somebody, you should make sure that your tail is not already married to somebody else. And you knew you were still married. You knew this, and you did it anyway. And yes, she was being messy by going back showing that he married. She went to the police. Why didn't she call him first? They could have handled this off screen, out of public media. You know what I'm saying? You could have did this a whole nother way. But like you said, Wayne said, and everybody said, she was probably upset because he went on one pine behind her anymore. Because that could have been settled a whole different way, but he was wrong for going to marry this other woman, knowing that he was already married. So he asked for that fight, and now he getting it. That's all, Diva.
Ooh, you said he asked for the fight, so now he's getting it. Good gosh almighty. Yeah, he should have divorced her. He should have divorced her. So he messed around and found out what Tammy was about. Tammy went down to the police and said, this ain't right. Y'all fix it, okay? Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll into this next story, which is actually pretty sad. I'm still in shock that this woman did this, but they're doing the craziest things. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me make sure. Okay, good.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay.
Put your hands behind your back. We will talk to you as soon as I get done with this.
We begin at 10 with that new body camera video of the arrest of a local mother after police say she left her child locked in a running car for several hours while she was inside a casino. So glad you're with us tonight at 10. I'm Sarah Whaley.
And I'm David Bowden. Shay has the night off. We told you about the incident that happened on May 31st at the Hard Rock Casino. Now, this is a mugshot of the woman arrested, Daisy Yeager. She says that she was booked into Rogers County Jail.
New at 10, Fox 23's Kaylee Carnine is live in studio with more of that body camera video and new details on the investigation. Kaylee.
Yes, this body camera video is just about 37 minutes long. That's how long it took the officer and casino security to try and get the facts as to what actually was going on. A local woman charged in a case that's quite shocking to a lot of people. Catoosa police say they got the call to the Hard Rock Casino around 3 on May 31st. And when they got there, they say they found a baby inside a running SUV. You can see the child's mother, Daisy Yeager, running out of the casino toward the officer as she sees the scene.
I'm stop right here. Getting ready real quick. Why are we leaving a baby in the car?
I went to go find his dad.
Why are we leaving an infant in the car?
I went to go find his dad.
This is stuff I put people in prison for. Why are we leaving an infant in the car?
I was literally out.
I'm not interested. I want to know why you left your child in the car.
Because I had to go find his dad. My phone was
So it's
dead.
okay to leave that baby? No, I didn't say go over there. Unlock the car for us. Unlock the car. Stop.
Please.
Unlock the car.
I'm trying.
We need to make sure this kid is okay.
They get the baby boy out, and while the air conditioning was running, the officer said it was still warm inside. Yeager tells the officer in the video that she had just run inside to find the baby's dad and use the bathroom, and that the baby had just been in the car for about 20 minutes. But Hard Rock security staff later revealed that security cameras showed her going into the casino at 9:30 in the morning and never coming back out.
So they have timestamps. They have two people that all they do all day long is watch cameras. They've already rewound since they found your child in the car alone. So you got out of that car at 9:30 and this morning and walked inside, and you never came back out until you saw law enforcement and security out here. So is that what's the case, or what's the deal?
Shortly after the officer arrests Yeager, she was booked into jail but posted her $10,000 bond on June 11th. The little boy was taken to the hospital to be checked out and then was put into protective custody. Yeager charged with 1 count of child neglect. Her preliminary hearing is set for July 15th. Live in the newsroom covering news that matters, Kaylee Carnine, Fox 23 News.
Oh, that's really most of the story. The article pretty much says the same thing. A woman was arrested by the police and later charged with child neglect after she left her baby alone in a car for hours while she was inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on May 31st at around 3 p.m. Police responded to the casino after security noticed the child alone in the car. Once police arrived on the scene and saw the child, the mother, identified as Daisy Yeager, came out of the casino and claimed that she was only been inside for 20 minutes. Police said that was later found to be not true, as the security camera video showed that she was inside the casino for several hours. That's her mugshot there. She was later booked into Rogers County Jail, but has since been bonded out. The child is okay and was placed in the care of child welfare. Yeager has been charged with child neglect and has a preliminary hearing set for July 15. So she got a few days and her hearing is going to come up. This is a whole hot mess. Yeah, Callie said you can't leave a small baby unattended even if there is air conditioning. She has addiction issues. Oh, you think it's addiction issues. In the casino, though? What was she doing in the casino? In my opinion, your thoughts?
Gambling addiction, she talking about.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Wayne. Oh, damn.
Locking them behind up. I don't like when people do this to their children. Children, they don't ask to come here. And if you are fortunate enough to have children and you decide to keep them, then take care of your children. Do right by your children. Because your children are going to be the next generation. Love on your children and protect them. And this lady did not love or protect her child.
Thank you. So this is a silly question, but I thought leaving your car idle for that many hours, even if the air is on, is not good either. This is crazy. Savannah, you're up.
You're right, Diva. It isn't a good thing to leave your car running for that long. And I don't know how many hours. I heard that she went in at 9:30, but I didn't get when she got out.
Well, 3 p.m. is when security noticed it.
So that's like a full work day right there. That's at least 6 to 7.5 hours that she was in there. So, and at no time she came to check on the baby, feed the baby. Did anybody walk by the car and see the baby in the vehicle? I have more questions.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about it. She absolutely deserves to be exactly where she's at. Because there's about 40 children a year that are unalive due to heat stroke, or being parents that forget that they put their child in the back seat and then go to work and leave their child back there as well in the back seat. And this mother knew, what she was doing, because she left the car running so that her child can get AC. While the foster care system is a broken system, I think the child would be in better care. And I also had a question about, so she ran in there to find the father, but where is the father? I understand she was using that as a story, but the father is nowhere to be found in this story. Like, they immediately put the child in protective custody, but didn't give it to anyone in her family or the father. So clearly there's a lot of issues. And I agree with Callie, this is also addiction to gambling. But someone who just did not deserve to bring a child into the world.
Yeah, this is sad. Tay, you're up. Somebody said the slot machine is the father. Okay, so y'all saying that whole thing that went to look for the father is a whole lie, and she was gambling. That's a bad addiction. If you gotta go to that casino and leave your child in that car, but it's making sense to me. But Dad, she was gambling that many hours. That's sick. Whew, Tay, you're up. But you know what? She was gambling though. They could definitely see that on recorded footage. Tay, you're up.
Why not take the child with you at the casino first? And why not call a family member to babysit your baby while you go to casino to gamble on everything. Girl, how you lost bump your head? You left your baby in the car? What if that baby had a stroke? Thank God for those people who saw that baby right there in the car. Thank God she didn't have no the dark tin for the window. What if what's wrong with you? You lost your hair, you lost your marbles, everything I can think of right now. This is disgusting, disturb me right now. If I was that girl, I will put her in the headlock. I will do it, Diva. I don't care. Y'all better call 911 on me because I will put her in the headlock. What's wrong with you? And where's that baby father anyway? Why not his family member take that baby? What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Julius, you're up.
Put that girl in the jail. Give her a dang whooping. Give her a whooping. You mean to tell me you was at that non-important, excuse me, y'all, non-important casino since 9:30 that morning? And your baby was in the car that long? Miss me with the BS. She should have got a whooping. She listen. Ooh, she lucky church mamas from the church wasn't there. I would have said get the switch and give her a whooping. That's what she deserved. I don't care. I hope she get clink.
Thanks, Julius. Emmanuel, you're up.
So she's a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is even worse. Like, how are you a nurse and you forgot the baby? No, that's horrible. And like, who even goes to the casino at 9 a.m.? First of all, so that shows you that she clearly is not okay mentally. But I just feel so bad for this baby. Thank God the baby survived. But so many of these babies in these horrible households, like you got the Krishan Rocks and people that just shouldn't have these babies. But I'm glad that the baby is okay and is being taken care of. But she definitely needs to be in jail so she can learn, because what she did was horrible, absolutely horrible.
Absolutely horrible. I appreciate you, Emmanuel. E, you're up.
Well, I told y'all last week, people are looking for ways to disassociate from reality.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't like the monotony of their lives. People are tired of going to work. People are tired of being a parent. Not me, just saying. People are tired of being the spouse. And people are tired of being the caretaker for their parent. And people are escaping through smoking, drinking, sex, gambling, and other risky behaviors.
Yeah.
So, as far as why the baby was taken into state custody, in my mind, I must infer that there's no one in the mother's life that loved the baby enough to take the baby. Because if they did, she would have left the baby with them. Felicia has told this story on the panel before about how, there would be people in her building, and when they needed someone to watch the baby, even if they couldn't pay, she would take the children and watch them, because she said it was of her concern, the utmost concern, to make sure that the children were protected. So the fact that there is no one in this person's life that she could leave the baby with, and she's so high off of an adrenaline that she's distracted for 6 hours and has no inclination to go back to the car and check on the baby. It's like she thought the baby was at the daycare. If you leave the key in the car, you leave the car running, somebody could have gotten the car, stolen the car, kidnapped the baby.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my God.
There are so many things that could have gone wrong. And so the fact that you weren't worried about your baby, you weren't worried about the car, you were high off of the adrenaline of the slots. And so when you played the story, I forgot how long the police said that they were out there waiting for this person to come out. And so I started thinking, everybody just standing around that car and the baby's in there. I don't know about anybody else's child, but not my baby. I don't know what kid is going to sit in the car for 6 hours and not unbuckle the seatbelt and get out of that booster seat and come look for their mom. This must have been an infant. But you think about that should be a law that was broken, because it says 1 count of child neglect. And I was thinking, that's all? Because 6 hours, the baby has not gone to the restroom. The baby has not eaten. I think that's more than 6 counts, especially leaving them out in the open, leaving them in a vehicle which is turned on. They said it was hot in the vehicle. Even though she had it in park, it's still, I would consider that to be a moving vehicle. So I don't know. I think that they are slapping her on the wrist, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I think that I know that she has a hearing, but I don't think she should get the child back. To me, it hasn't been long enough to demonstrate the word I'm looking for, rehabilitation. It hasn't been long enough, because when you have that type of addiction, I mean, if you were smoking cocoa, you wouldn't get your child back the next week. I think 90 days at a minimum, because this child needs some attention, and who knows how long this baby has been neglected. And I don't think she's ready. I don't think she wants to be a mom.
Ooh, you spoke a lot, because you know what? I didn't even think about the fact that the keys was in the car. But you know what? They told her to open the car. I'm trying to figure out how she did this. Because remember when she walked up, they told her to open the car.
She might have
She
two
might have
sets
had
of
one of those
keys.
push buttons. You know, the push buttons that you can start your car, and you don't need the key.
No, she
And
might
you
have
can take
had
the
two
yeah.
sets
She
of
might
keys,
have 2
because
keys.
if you push started and you get out, the car will automatically shut off after 30
Yep.
minutes to an hour. If it's
Yeah.
push started, you take the key out of the vehicle. The only way the vehicle will stay on for 6 hours is if you leave the key in there.
Yeah, she probably got 2 key fobs or 2
Yeah, I
keys.
agree.
But I thought, see, with my car, it won't, I thought if the key is in there, it won't let you lock the car.
The key got to be within 50 feet of it too. So that would be way too far away. She's in the casino in that car in the parking lot. It wouldn't work that way. It
If
would
she
shut
left
off.
one of the key fobs in the car, it would stay on because the key fob is still in there.
Well, she had a
Because
Nissan.
I have a push button, and if I leave, I got 2 key fobs. I can take one of my key fobs out, but I can leave one in because that's the only way it's gonna say. Say for instance, like if I leave my car on, my thing gonna say the key fob has left the vehicle. But as long as you got a key fob in there, it's gonna stay on. You can go like 10 miles without even having a key fob, but you better not turn it off because if you turn it off, you ain't gonna be able to crank it back up. But you can keep your car that way.
I understand, Katrina, but I thought with that, you can't lock it.
Yes, you can. This is like some people they can
You
turn
can
they
lock it. You can lock it. You can get out the car and lock it with the key fob in there.
yes, you can lock it with your other
Yes.
key. Yes, you can. I can go out there and do it now.
No,
I
no,
can
no.
leave one of my key.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I can leave one of my key fobs in there, and it
Oh,
will still continue running as long as that key fob is in the vicinity or somewhere near that ignition. And then if you want to, because see, I can stand on my thing and turn on my car. I can crank my car up with my key.
no, no,
I
no.
don't have
I
to.
have the same thing, but
Yeah,
I just didn't know that part. Listen, either way, she was a hot flaming mess. Hot flaming mess. It's messy. Wayne, you're up.
You know, we talk about addictions and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and this woman has a gambling addiction. Okay, putting her in jail, what good is that going to do? Okay, I don't see no jail time for her. However, I think before she can get her child back, they need to put her through some kind of child parenting classes or whatever, something to address her addiction, because it is addiction. And granted, I mean, that's ridiculous to leave a child in the car that long. But I can see how you can go in a casino and just like E said, you get so caught up in there. I have been in the casino. I have done 2 shifts in the casino. No, I didn't have no child or nothing like that. But I'm saying you're in there and you're on the adrenaline. So she needs to, they need to put her in some kind of program to address her addiction, her gambling addiction, and put her through some community service, and while her child is in foster care, because I don't think going to jail is going to do this. She did that, but that doesn't mean, I know how people say, she doesn't mean she doesn't love her child. She made a mistake and she made a big mistake. But at least we're here talking about a child that's still alive. We're not talking about a child that was unalived. It'd be a whole different story. Okay, I like to know if this has happened before. Anything like this has happened before. Have CPS been called on her? Anything like that? But she made a big mistake. But throwing her in jail, I don't think it's going to do nothing. She's a nurse. Let her do her whatever they have to do. She have to do to get her child back. Whatever it costs her. If she loves the child enough, she'll do what it takes to get her child back. So, I'm not saying she wasn't wrong. She was dead wrong. And it's only by the grace of God that the child is still alive, because so many things could have happened. The car could have conked out, maybe could have ran out of gas. A whole different story. But to be sitting in a vehicle like that long, sometimes that exhaust gets deterred. If you got your that vent on, whatever, it's just so many things could have happened. But thank God it didn't happen. Now she has an opportunity to try to make it right if they let her. I'm not saying just like slap her hand and here's your baby back. No, you show us that you really want your child. And these are the things you have to do to get your child back. And possibly that this may never happen again. People make mistakes all the time. So you're going to take everybody's child and make a mistake? This is something she can learn from, and hopefully it never happen again. I know y'all think maybe I'm too soft. Y'all want to throw her in jail and all this stuff, and all the taxpayers' money paying for her to be in jail. She stay in jail for 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, come back out. And it's over. No, let her be in a continuing program. The same way, if you get caught drunk driving, you got to go through defensive driver's courses. You got to pay a lawyer. You got to play all this stuff just to get it off your record. That's it.
Go ahead.
Well, it depends. Sometimes you get sentenced with that drunk drive. I mean, yeah.
You can't give nobody like that a chance to do it to a baby again. It could be catastrophe the next time.
Come on, catastrophe.
Well, opinion. We say you opinion. You said the other night about people have addictions. Don't give up on them. Didn't you say that?
Don't give up on them, but I'm not finna give them a kid to take out of this world.
I know that was a mistake. The child didn't get taken out of this world. A lot of people done things that could have jeopardized the child's life, or
that baby could have had carbon monoxide poisoning. That baby could have been kidnapped and on the sex trafficking ring. That child could. It's a lot of things that could have happened to that child that we're not.
It could have, but it didn't.
He could have choked on his own saliva, crying.
But it didn't.
But that's by the grace of God. That was God's angels that was holding on to that baby. I'm not finna give this woman another baby and say, "Oh, you didn't finish the job the first time. Let's see if you finish it this time." No.
Well, if you're going to have grace for people with addictions, drug addictions, whatever, an addiction is addiction. Okay, a child was involved, but it didn't happen. So have the same empathy for addiction straight across the board. We can't pick and choose. Oh, they had this addiction, so if they did something wrong, we put them in, and that's what happened. They don't always put them in jail. They try to put them in treatment centers.
Let me read this
Roberta's
comment.
talking too early.
She can't have a baby in treatment center.
Wait, hold on. Let me read this real quick. Roberta Smith said, "Not a nurse who is not isn't nurturing to her brand new infant. Plus, she may have other addictions that neglect on top of bad decision making. Must got a lot of money to spend that much time in the casino." I think, yeah, this. I'm in agreement. I don't know who said it, but somebody said this ain't her first rodeo. This not the first time she did that. And that's why the baby probably used to and is so calm. He seemed like toddler age. He was a good size. I agree. She has an addiction. The board of nursing even give people who still medication from the med room a second chance. Listen. So I think, okay, so a mistake is 20 minutes, not 6.5 hours. Chocolate Lioness, you better talk about it. So here's the thing. I'm not saying she don't deserve a second chance, but I am saying she needs to suffer some consequences for this. When she came out, she was lying to the cops. She tried to say she was going 20 minutes, and they had to let that sister know, no, we got the cameras, boo-boo. And we were standing here for a minute, and then you came running out, and we had you open the car. But the footage showed, and they was talking to her 37 minutes to see if she was going to tell the truth. And she was standing there lying. And I want to know, where the baby daddy be? Does he work there? Did you hear that he went to the casino? And why did it take you 6 hours to find him? And if you knew you had your child in the car after 10 minutes and you didn't find him, why didn't you come back to the car? She full of crap. And
bring that baby with you to go find that daddy.
That part. And let me say this. Listen, I didn't really see the tears. Maybe I was blind. Maybe her tears were internal. I didn't really see the boo-hoo, and I felt like her concern was that she was about to get locked up.
She was surprised that she got caught.
That part, Julius.
She was surprised she got caught.
Katrina, you up? I'm sorry. I'll come back to you, Julius, but you called that right. Go ahead, Katrina.
Yes, she has an addiction problem. By them knowing this, now they know. So her face should be at the casino, because sometimes when police and stuff do that and they admit they have addiction problem, they'll put that person's face up so they won't be admitted into the casino. And somebody said, why was she at the casino at 9:00? If plenty of people be at the casino at 9:00, if plenty of people be at the casino all night long. And the thing of it is, when she kept saying that she went in to find the daddy, did you ever find a daddy? Because we never seen a daddy. And then you told the police, I think the police said, well, we need to find him too, because they were going to arrest him too if he was in there. But we never seen the daddy. And for you to leave your child in a car for that long, you definitely got a sickness. You got a sickness somewhere in your brain to leave your child in there. And yes, she need help. Putting her in jail and doing all that's not going to accomplish anything. Where's the mama? No, she said she didn't even have no family even in there, because she said she's trying to call her best friend or somebody. So she didn't even have nobody to fall back on. Baby girl, get it together. You have a sickness. For you to leave your child, and you already said your child has special needs or something is wrong with your child or something like that, and you leave them in the car for that long. I'm trying to figure out what type of gas you use to keep your car running that long for 6 hours and then they shut off. But the thing of it is, I really hope she gets some help. I pray she gets some help, because you need help. And looking at her, you can tell she had a sickness, because all types of addicts, they be looking sweaty in the face. like I gotta go in there. I gotta go. I gotta hear them cherries drop. There's like a C addict, a cocoa addict. They got to get that rush. They got to get that rush, and that's what she was in there for. Who knows how much she was in there gambling? Because you know you can win some, you go back and play a little bit. You win some, you go back and play. Because these machines gonna keep you there. That's what they do. That's what they're there for. The only people that come out the casino with money is the people that own it and the people that works there. Because anybody else, you might get hit of luck every once in a while. But see, these people honestly think because they won this jackpot or they won this amount of money, well, I can go to the casino and hit that again. The machines are not set up that way. They're not set up that way. You're not gonna just keep hitting. But in their mind, they got the addiction. That's how addiction gets started. Well, I won this much at the casino. I won $1,200 at the casino last night. Let me go try it again. Let me go try it again the next night. Let me go try it again the next night. And that's how an addiction starts. But hopefully she will get help. I hope the baby be fine. Like she said, maybe she take some parenting classes and do this and do that. And maybe she would come out a better person. Once she see this, maybe this is what the wake-up call that she needed because she's been getting away with it forever. So once she's seen this, hopefully that will slap some reality into her and let her know, look, you need some help so you can take care of your child. And you're a nurse. She says she's a nurse or whatsoever. And yes, nurses go to rehab and stuff like that. They have to go to rehab if they still in prescriptions or still in the meds out the med room. They will send them to rehab or whatever so they can get straight so their license won't be pulled. But it's certain medication they can't be around for a limited time. So maybe she would get help on that situation and bring her family back together because it seemed like she out there by herself. I don't know because we never seen the dad. We never seen him. But hopefully she would get some help. That's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you. Snoopy, you all right. Leaving a child in the car for several hours is a crime. She needs to be held accountable. Having empathy for her on her addiction is independent on needing to be held accountable. I agree on that with this. Yeah, that part right there. Yeah, right. Of course.
And everybody who committed crime don't go to jail.
Yeah, you Wayne.
Well,
go ahead. E.
But this is my thing because Katrina reminded me of something. Because remember, I just said I cannot imagine my daughter sitting in the car for 6 hours just being all conquered. And then when Katrina said the baby was special needs, I forgot they said that in the story. That's what makes it so egregious.
Oh, I missed that.
Katrina said that.
They said that? I didn't hear them say that.
No,
Katrina
she said it when she came when the girl came out. She told them that he was special needs. He got a condition going on. Go back and listen to that story.
Yeah.
She said it herself.
Oh,
to me, that's what makes it so.
Oh, this is worse. She
Yeah.
could be up underneath the jail.
Correct. That is why I don't think they should get that baby back, and that is why I do think it's more
Someone
than
get
one
the
count.
chancla.
I think they're slapping it on the wrist. You can't leave a special needs baby in the for 6 hours, Diva. That is unacceptable.
That is nasty. I did
Hold
not.
on, special case say rewind it.
Rewind really quickly. I'm a rewind because I missed that. Okay, we're gonna have to go back and rewind really quickly. I did miss that. I didn't.
Thank you for catching that, Katrina.
Oh my God, this makes this thing 10 times worse. Okay, we gotta all listen really closely.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay.
Put your hands behind your back. We will talk here as soon as I get done with this.
We begin at 10 with that new body camera video of the arrest of a local mother after police say she left her child locked in a running car for several hours while she was inside a casino. So glad you're with us tonight at 10. I'm Sarah Whaley.
And I'm David Bowden. Shay has the night off. We told you about the incident that happened on May 31st at the Hard Rock Casino. Now, this is a mugshot of the woman arrested, Daisy Yeager. She says that she was booked into Rogers County Jail.
New at 10, Fox 23's Kaylee Carnine is live in studio with more of that body camera video and new details on the investigation. Kaylee.
Yes, this body camera video is just about 37 minutes long. That's how long it took the officer and casino security to try and get the facts as to what actually was going on. A local woman charged in a case that's quite shocking to a lot of people. Catoosa police say they got the call to the Hard Rock Casino around 3 on May 31st. And when they got there, they say they found a baby inside a running SUV. You can see the child's mother, Daisy Yeager, running out of the casino toward the officer as she sees the scene.
I'm stop right here. Getting ready real quick. Why are we leaving a baby in the car?
I went to go find his dad.
Why are we leaving an infant in the car?
I went to go find his dad.
This is stuff I put people in prison for. Why are we leaving an infant in the
I
car?
was literally out
I'm not interested. I want to know why you left your child in the
because
car.
I had to go find his dad. My phone was
So it was
dead.
okay to leave that baby?
No.
No, I didn't say go over there. Unlock the car for us. Unlock the car. Stop.
Please.
Unlock the car.
I'm trying.
We need to make sure this kid is okay.
They get the baby boy out, and while the air conditioning was running, the officer said it was still warm inside. Yeager tells the officer in the video that she had just run inside to find the baby's dad and use the bathroom, and that the baby had just been in the car for about 20 minutes. But Hard Rock security staff later revealed that security cameras showed her going into the casino at 9:30 in the morning and never coming back out.
So they have timestamps. They have two people that all they do all day long is watch cameras. They've already rewound it since they found your child in the car alone. So you got out of that car at 9:30 and this morning and walked inside, and you never came back out until you saw law enforcement and security out here. So is that what's the case, or what's the deal?
Shortly after the officer arrests Yeager, she was booked into jail but posted her $10,000 bond on June 11th. The little boy was taken to the hospital to be checked out and then was put into protective custody. Yeager charged with 1 count of child neglect. Her preliminary hearing is set for July 5th.
I didn't hear it.
That's not where I seen that at. I seen that on something else. I didn't see it on there. I seen it on the cop things, the same place where they be showing where the cop stole the man money. They be running those things, and that's when she said it. I didn't see it on no news. I seen it on the cop thing. It's like
Girl,
a
you
cop
ran
thing
my
that's
pressure up.
showing.
But you know what? I couldn't picture that because this kid was just non-responsive, so to speak.
Yeah, because
She didn't even have no
he has a
remorse.
condition. And then the folks was
Someone
really
get the
looking at it. She
chancla.
was shaking the baby, whatsoever. But if you go back to that to that blog or whatsoever, and it'll show you, they'll tell you everything that she said that he has a some type of special type of thing. He's a special need. I know that for a fact.
No, I can't believe it because the kid was just non-responsive, not crying, and kids they pick up on the mom's energy, and just the simple fact that the mom was upset and crying, if the kid even was asleep when she would have held the kid or whatever, that kid would have started crying. Either way, this mom is messy. This mom is messy, but to me, this makes this thing 10 times worse that you left a special needs kid in the car for 6 hours.
For more than 6 hours, Diva, because they said they got to call them around 3 o'clock. They said they waited out there for 30-something minutes.
No, get Lawson's comment.
Oh,
a transcript from the news article.
Okay,
there is an article said that the baby was
feeding. She had given birth to the child early. It has some medical problem. Has a feeding. Oh my God.
Yes, it has a feeding tube.
Come on, Chad. Don't disappoint me. You know what I'm about to say.
And a filthy diaper.
Had a feeding tube that hadn't been addressed when they got to the hospital. She's trash. She's trash.
Yes.
And this the person y'all want to get a baby back to. No, ma'am.
Not me.
She's trash. She's trash. And this is a nurse. This is a nurse doing this. She's trash. I don't know if you realize, Katrina, your camera's on. She's trash. I have no other words that I could say. She's trash.
She need to be in jail.
Yeah. And this kid don't need to
Getting
go
a
back
whooping.
up. This kid don't or it go back to the massive supervision. All right, guys, I'm going to move into the feel-good story. This is unbelievable. I can't even imagine. Let me see where I have it at.
Is spreading the word about an intriguing marriage of science fiction and Black history. Nancy Giles gives us an inside look at Afrofuturism.
What is Afrofuturism?
The future of African Americans and their impact on society?
Afrofuturism is a vision for humanity.
I don't know what it would mean.
To answer that question, there's an exhibit at the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Museum Director Kevin Young.
New worlds that you could imagine yourself in and imagine yourself different and better.
Mhm.
And I think that's something African Americans have done for a long time. They've taken pain and turned it into possibility. And I think Afrofuturism is an extension of that.
From Harriet Tubman's leading enslaved people to freedom to the female mathematicians of NASA, the possibilities of Afrofuturism are woven throughout history.
I don't believe it.
Explain.
You explain.
Have Lieutenant Uhura's uniform. Nichelle Nichols wore this in Star Trek.
Lieutenant Uhura inspired real-life astronauts, including Charles Bolden, who went on to become the first Black NASA administrator. Also on display, the flight suit of young Trayvon Martin, who was part of an experienced aviation science program and dreamed of flying high. Martin was gunned down at age 17 in an infamous Stand Your Ground case in Florida.
And to have it here, I think, is a reminder of his dreams and sort of all of our dreams cut too short.
Yeah. From music and movies to comic books, literature, and more, Black artists take a more expansive view of a world where racism and oppression aren't the defining factors, traveling through time and space. Octavia Butler's visionary science fiction earned her a MacArthur Genius Fellowship.
I love what she says here. You got to make your own worlds. You got to write yourself in.
She is so right.
She sure did.
It's the first introduction of the
Curator Kevin Strait was inspired by this Oscar-winning costume.
we have right here an authentic Black hero.
It's the late Chadwick Boseman's costume from the 2018 blockbuster Black Panther. Boseman played the king of the futuristic country Wakanda.
I think people really connected to the notion of having a Black hero, a Black cast, in a Black setting, in many ways sort of envisioned a new future.
Right. An empowering future.
Afrofuturism is dealing with the past. It's kind of reconciling the past. The first Afrofuturist was the first slave to decide that, you know what, this slavery thing's not for me. I'm going to get out of here.
John Jennings is a professor of cultural studies at the University of California, Riverside. We caught up with him at an Afrofuturistic period room at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Jennings says Afrofuturists include icons like Tina Turner, President Barack Obama, and leaders of the civil rights movement.
I always look at Dr. King as Afrofuturist.
I have a dream today.
Afrofuturism is looking backwards to move forwards. I think it's a disservice to the past to forget it, you know?
Yes.
We have to actually understand where we've come from. For instance, don't think about the negative aspects of the past. Think about how much we've survived, right? Think about the positive aspects and move forward in a positive manner.
Afrofuturism encouraged enslaved Africans to follow the North Star to freedom. And in the 21st century, Afrofuturists continue to move the culture forward to a different way of thinking, to our own limitless Wakandas.
I think so much about bringing my son and his friends to see that movie and how much they took it for granted in a way that there could be this Black hero. And that sense of heroism is part of, I think, Afrofuturism's power.
Listen, guys, if you live out there, go to that exhibit, to that museum. I want to thank y'all for spending Sunday with me, or part of your Sunday. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Do not cheat the diva.